Salute, 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 man. Salute to the indigenous, internal, spiritual most high. Trolls on their God and your mama can love you. And last but not least, y'all know what it is, man. One time, yeah. I say one time, yeah. I say one time, yeah. All right. In remembrance of brother in the cut. And rest in peace to my Uncle Kurt, who has just recently passed away. You know, rest in power to you both, Jimmy McNair and Kurt Wright, Uncle Kurt Wright. Here we go. Where's me gold? I needs me shitters so I can troll. But tonight we ain't trolling, man. We on some real life stuff tonight, man. We on some real life stuff, all right? Tonight we ain't trolling. We on some real life conversation tonight. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who want to take part in a real life conversation, you know what I mean? Feel free, man. Feel free to come on in. But we got to chop it up, ladies and gentlemen. We got to talk about some things. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about some things, y'all. I done had listen, man. I had to come home and get my arm weights and just start doing a couple of arm presses. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I can't figure this thing out, y'all. I can't figure this thing out. So I just have to tire myself out and do something because I can't figure this thing out. You know what I mean? Can't figure this thing out. What am I talking about? The thing we can never figure out. Women. Yeah, like, what is he talking about? The very thing that we can never figure out. Women. Real talk. Real talk, man. You will never figure out a woman. And what's worse than never figuring out a woman is encountering women who are like either narcissistic or just plain out selfish. It's all about them. It's all about them. It can't be that way. If it's all about you, then what is the other person supposed to do? Who's gonna care for that other person? Who gonna give a f about what that other person, you know what I'm saying, need or needs to get done or wants to do or you know what I mean? Make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Now, first thing I want to touch on is in the words of the late, great, iconic Empress Maya Angelou. She said, and I quote, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Powerful. See, let's be real for a minute. A person's representative can be attractive. Danielle Berry Sports Highlights. It's always a good live stream when you show up, man. What's up? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you too. It's always a good live stream when you show up. You know what I mean? I think you bring the algorithm with you. That's what I believe. I believe you bring the algorithm with you. If I could just get everybody to hit that like button, man, we're gonna have a good conversation tonight, man. We're gonna have a good conversation tonight. We on some real life stuff. No politics, no nothing. We on some life type ish, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Some life type ish. But we all have been through something, good or bad. Most bad experiences tend to linger on you a little bit more than the experiences because most good experiences are still being even better experiences, meaning relationship wise. If you've had great times with someone and you don't run into much drama, much turmoil, then you're probably still having a great time with that person. You've probably been with them a long time. Now, let's put the shoe on the other foot. If you're getting out, you're meeting people, a person's representative can be attractive. You're never going to meet the person you think you're going to meet. You're going to meet the person that they want you to meet, in particularly. Okay. Some people will never show you who they are, But if you watch them, you'll figure it out. A person would never ever tell you or show you who they are. But if you watch them and pay attention to signs and red flags, you will figure it out. You know, the most beautiful people in the world, all right? Of course, I'm going to reference women, you know what I'm saying? I don't go the other way, but women, y'all are more than, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you could turn it around. You know what I'm saying? You could turn it around if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Women, y'all could do the vice versa thing. You are more than welcome to do the vice versa thing. Okay, because I know y'all meet some crazy dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? So I know we all probably go through the same thing on both sides of the spectrum, but I can only speak from my side. I knew that was going to happen, but I can only speak from my side. All right. A person's representative is just a fake facade of who that person wants to be or who they want you to believe they are until further notice. Doesn't mean that they're bad people. They could be hurt, they could be healing, there could be mental health, that could be past trauma. I mean, whatever reason, everyone has their reasons. We all have our reasons, okay? So it's not to down anyone and throw shade on anyone. It's just to say that, man, when a person gives you a way out and you see red flags and you know and they can validate that they don't care and it's all about them and they are selfish, man, see your way out and take them red flags, man. Because you have no idea what you may be saving yourself from. See your way out and take those red flags for what it's worth because you don't know what you are saving yourself from. Sticking around sometimes can be costly. Sticking around can be costly. It could be someone you really like, you're really comfortable around. They're not going to notice anything good that you do. You know why? Because they feel like they deserve it. They feel like they deserve it. You're never going to get that random act of kindness you're looking for, that nobility, that chivalry. You're not going to get those brownie points you were looking for, that respect you were looking for, because in their selfish minds, they deserve it. It should be all about them. That is never going to work. That is not relationship material, ladies and gentlemen. There is no potential there to build on anything in terms of speaking of longevity. There's absolutely nothing there. It's void of any foundation, void of any structure. It amazes me how people really have the inability to be unaccountable and filled with tunnel vision, so to speak. It's astonishing in a way that a person know that they have some effed up ways, but yet they can sit there in totality and solemnly blame you for everything that goes wrong, knowing that it's them, knowing that it's them. You know it's them, they know it's them. You got other people that can validate that they know it's them. You know what I mean? You might have some baby daddies pulling up on you like, hey, you'll find out it just might be them. But you like, man, and you probably messed up. I got a chance. I ain't that type of guy. But then you realize they might have just been telling you the truth. But you stuck around long enough to find out for yourself. But if someone's into you, they're going to be into you. They're going to support you. If you're into someone else, you're going to be into them. You're going to support them. That should come without question. That means I have to understand your livelihood. You have to understand my livelihood. I have to understand your job, your time, your schedule, and you have to understand mine in return. All right? You have to understand mine in return. That's how you build. But when you're busy trying to make your time someone else's time and standing in between what they do to make their money. Okay, I'm a content creator, right? So I travel a lot. I travel a lot. I'm a content creator. I have liberty and leisure time to pack up and go. That's why I don't mind traveling because I can work on the road. As long as I have a camera, a phone, a GoPro, a laptop, whatever I'm using, I can take my job with me. I can work wherever I'm at, and I love it. Um, but if I get where I'm going and I can't work, I can't clock in, I'm not going to jeopardize my livelihood, my stability for you. When you selfishly had no problem receiving everything that I did for you, every sacrifice I made for you, and you can't give me my time on my grind. I can't clock into my job because you want to do this, that, and the third. No, my time is money. You understand what I'm saying? My time is money. Any content creator knows your time is money. Money. You know, as a content creator, you can't stay booed up on the phone 24/7 all day. You're doing research. You're in the algorithm. You're looking at stories. You know what I'm saying? You're reading things. You're going. You don't. You're in grind mode. You're in grind mode. If a person can't respect what you do, but they have no problem clocking into their job Monday through Friday, then what are you showing that other person? That you're selfish, that you're entitled, that it's all about you. You deserve all the attention because you're in a healing process. Excuse my French, but all of us are old as hell right now. How many times have we been hurt? How many times have we had to bounce back? We old and gray. Old and gray. Healing don't take that long. No one should still be healing in their down 40s and up. You should just know better. Things happen. It's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad, but you had enough experience to know that one thing you have to do is keep it moving because life is gonna keep lifing and you just have to bounce back. You just have to bounce back. And that's how it goes. And that's what it is. There's no time for sympathy. There's no time for sympathy. We're all too grown. We made those mistakes young. We should have learned from those mistakes now that we're older. When someone gives you a way out, roll with it, ladies and gentlemen. Roll with it because they wouldn't be giving you those red flags. They would be giving you green lights instead. So you got to be grateful when people show you who they really are. And you be the fool to stick around if a person is showing you who they really are and you stick around thinking that you can change them or it's going to get better or you can teach them how. No, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for unwanted drama and trauma and turmoil. If you're around someone who screams and yells rather than calmly and maturely holding a conversation and communicating about it, holding a dialogue, if you're around someone who can't be accountable, someone who can't own their ish, how is that going to benefit you? How are you going to build off of that? What do you expect to get out of that rather than except for what they're giving you right now? What do you expect to get out of it other than what they're giving you and showing you right now? Life is always going to give you onions. Life is always going to give you lemons. You know, doesn't mean you have to take them. Doesn't mean you have to take them. You can run into people who are so damn cool, but those same people at the same time don't realize that they self sabotage. And what I mean about self sabotage is you can have the ability to be a cool person, but also have the characteristical traits about yourself to push people away from you. And then you wonder why you're always alone. You wonder why no one shows up. You wonder why no one calls. You wonder why no one cares. Because you don't care enough to change your ways. And no one wants to be around that. We don't have to. You don't have to. I don't have to. We don't have to. We can choose not to let that affect our energy. So you have the right to walk away. If a person really cares about you, regardless of what you're going through, that person is always going to show concern and some type of discernment at all times. At all times. No matter what. You can be in a full blown argument. But if that person really cares, let's say you're about to walk out. If that person really cares, they're going to change the tempo. They're going to change the tempo. Well, look, but before you leave, don't leave. Before you leave, can we just talk? Can we just talk? Okay, you're showing someone that you care. So the least we can do is sit down and have a conversation, as long as it's going to be just a conversation. But we have to be mature on both sides. We both have to be accountable. There's no such thing as I did nothing wrong. That alone is a red flag. When you're getting to know someone and you absolutely know that they did something wrong because they did it to you, and then they tell you that they did absolutely nothing wrong, man, you better run like you Forrest Gump times 10 to the second power times another 30 plus 20,000. You better get the farther away and quick, because it's never going to be about you. And they're never going to be accountable. And there's something going on up here that they haven't quite dealt with yet. I tell people all the time, it's simply mind over matter. You have to keep your mind on what matters the most. And we know what matters the most? Your sanity, your peace, your happiness, your joy, your energy, your prosperity, your health, your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health. You, in the end, is what matters. These people can ruin you and send you back to a sunken, darkened place that you didn't ever want to return to back in life if you allow it to happen. And that's what I mean about accountability, because nothing happens to us that we don't allow to happen. So rather than blaming other people, let's take time to blame ourselves because we took the initiative to let these individuals get close to us. We put ourselves in a line of fire to make this happen again. That's how I roll, y'all. I ain't got time to point the finger. I got time to watch, grow, and learn from my mistakes. You know what I mean? I don't care what someone else did. I'm only grateful you showed me who you are before it was too late. And that in turn shows that I have grown, because there used to be a time I used to ignore these red flags. You know, just to chill or have a good time or maintain a good vibe. But when the energy is constantly being sucked out of the room and a person is constantly struggling to maintain a sense of sanity or balance mentally, the energy is already not there. So, what in turn are you holding on to? What are you holding? If a person can't say thank you for what you've done, if they don't realize that everybody's not built to do the things that you did for them, rather than thinking, oh, if I'm showing you a red flag, cut me off, you should be thinking, damn, why would I run such an amazing person away? That would be my first initial thought, ladies and gentlemen. If I met Mrs. Wright and me and Mrs. Wright was going through it, but I know I feel some type of way for Mrs. Wright, man, y'all think I'm finna let Mrs. Wright walk away? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Lillian? How we doing? We got the storm in the house. You know what I'm saying? If I'm really feeling Mrs. Wright, y'all think I'm gonna let Mrs. Wright just get up and walk out? Especially if I know I'm wrong? Nah. This is the time I got to show Mrs. Wright that I can be accountable. You know what I mean? What's good, J Dub? Salute to you. But this would be the time to where I step up as a man if I'm wrong and I tell Mrs. Wright, hey, look, baby, I never told you I was perfect. I don't get everything right. I can definitely see where you're coming from. You know, my bad, my apologies. And I would like to reconvene at a date that's comfortable for you, but at least give a brother another chance. I was wrong. I'll wear that. I'll own mine. Sometimes just being accountable changes the dynamics of things, changes the dynamics. But when you're the one constantly hurting people, hurting people, hurting people, and your life is a reflection of the damage you do. TT, what's good, man? I ain't saw you in a minute. What's good, my brother? What's good, TT? And your life is filled with persecution, drama, misfortune, and it's representation of everything that you've done in life and all the bad decisions that you made. How can you blame someone else rather than yourself? And how can you not say thank you and feel, I don't like using the term blessed, that's some Christian stuff. How can you not feel favorable or gifted when someone comes along and they're willing to stand up in the paint and help you, not pick at you, not desert you, not exploit you, but help you? Same different day. But hey, it is what it is. Hey, I feel you. I feel you. It takes a hell of a person to see somebody at their lowest point and this person shows you nothing but genuineness. I'm not going to bail on you. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to get in the streets and talk bad about you because I understand. Let me help you. Let me help you. But when I help you and I go all out, are you thinking of the sacrifices I made? Are you thinking of my physical conditioning? Are you thinking of my health? Are you thinking of my time? Are you thinking of in return being just as grateful and helpful to me as I was to you? Because that's what matters. That's what matters. That's something to build off on. Build off of, excuse me. If you don't get that from a person, it's not worth it, and that person will never change. What you want out of that person is just what you want out of that person. It doesn't mean that it is inherently inside of that person. It doesn't mean that it's there. We have to know how to differentiate. Some people come into your life to be a friend. Some people come in to be a friend with benefits. Some people come in as business partners. And some people come in just to distract you and tear you up because that's all they do. Their life, their history, every failed relationship, every story to tell is based on how they hurt someone and destroyed someone. And now nobody wants to be effed up with them. And they'll try to hide it. But if you just pay attention, if you just pay attention, good evening, Mr. Wilbert Howard, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? If you just pay attention, man, these people are telling you everything you need to know about them without them uttering one single word to you. Actions will always speak louder than words, ladies and gentlemen. Actions will always speak louder than words. If you know a good thing, when you have a good thing, why ruin a good thing? Okay, TT said years ago, a friend of mine, his wife cheated on him, and his other friend said, leave her. I asked him, what do you want to do? Exactly, exactly. Lillian, one thing I've done for a while now with my loved ones is to always, in arguments on a positive note, no matter who is in the wrong. You want that person to feel welcome and loved by you. Exactly. Exactly. Let me feel like I can talk to you. And instead of you yapping and yelling over me, let's actually sit down and talk. Let's actually sit down. I'm the type of guy I tell you. Have you noticed I haven't changed my tone with you? Have you noticed I'm not yelling? Why are you yelling? Because I'm mad. Well, I don't want to be around that. I should be equally mad because you just did it to me. And I'm still willing to calmly talk to you in a reasonable manner, a understanding fashion. People have the ability to self sabotage without knowing, and selfish people will always end up by themselves. For the good people that's alone in your life, you're being smart because you're tired of being hurt. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means you simply ain't got time for the bullshit. And I simply ain't got time for the bullshit. You know, there's no way I can see it and unsee it. There's no way I can see those red flags and ignore them because those red flags are going to increase. Those red flags are going to populate. Those red flags will eventually be a problem. A problem. And when you know from experience, man, you better run like Quincy Wilson. You better run like Quincy Wilson. You know what? When they yell at you, but they stay calm, that pisses them off even more. It does. It does. When they're the ones yelling and you're calm, it does. Do you know how easy it would be for both parties to just simply raise their voices at each other and get into a shouting match? That's going to cause anger. Now you got a war with words going on. Someone's going to say something that the other one doesn't like and that you can apologize for later on. And now the inevitable ensues because there's going to be unwanted drama. But to have a softer approach, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't know what it is about today's modern day black women. Notice I said modern day. I'm not saying traditional. That means I'm not talking about all black women. Okay, so if the shoe don't, y'all know now. If it don't apply, let it fly. You know what I mean? If it don't apply, let it fly. All right. But the majority of these women are rude as hell and mouthy, man. And they wonder why most black men are dating outside of their race. Then they got everything to say when they see a black man dating outside of his race. But mother sucker, if you cared, you would have toned down your rhetoric, been a little softer as a female, embrace your femininity, close your ranting, raving ass, controlling ass mouth, and you would have played your role and let that man assume his role, and maybe things would have worked out. But you don't get the right to dictate who the hell someone is with because they're tired of being with your mouthy ass. I'm sorry, I had to get off my chest, y'all. Real talk. That's how it goes, y'all. That's how it goes. That is how it goes. Now, another thing I want to touch on is why or what would make you think that you can change a person? What would make you think that if you ignore those red flags, that you can somehow help someone. Renee is love. How you doing? If a woman has to raise her voice, that means a man has came out of character. That's what my father taught me. Oh, how you doing, Renee? If a woman raises her voice, she could be raising her voice because she's just unaccountable for her actions, and that man is checking her as well. So I think that's kind of a one-sided way to look at it. And a woman is dealing with emotions more than anybody on this earth. So a woman is going to raise her voice and go into these uncontrollable rants a little more often than anyone else, whether she's in the right or the wrong. So I don't think her yelling is an indication that a man has done something wrong. It may be an indication that she needs some mental health counseling. It may be an indication that she's a narcissist. It may be an indication that she's drama. Not saying all, just giving examples. Just giving examples, okay? I'm not being a sexist. I'm not being a sexist. Y'all give me a second. I gotta turn my AC down. Had to turn my AC down, y'all. I almost forgot I was live. Well, I better take this shirt off. It got so doggone hot in here. I got the AC on. Got it on. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's important. Oh, thank you, Storm. Thank you, Storm. Thank you, Storm, for sending the cash out there. If anybody feels genuine enough to donate, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. Yeah, man, do the same thing. I'm not sexist, Renee. I'm not being sexist at all. You know what I mean? Not being sexist. Men do it, women do it, but women do it more because they're emotional creatures. A lot of men don't waste their time, you know what I'm saying? Right, women raise their voice all the time. You have men like me and probably just like J Dub too. I'm not gonna spend my time arguing with the woman, man. I'm not gonna look like a beta male. And what do I get from arguing with the woman? How does that make me look as a man? I haven't yelled at anyone without good reason, which there are good reasons. Not saying it's not, and to each their own. But I'm just saying that the man isn't always to blame. I hardly ever get mad, but when I do, Renee was like, "I know." Amber tried to come back. J Dog caught him quick. Salute to you, J Dog. Hey, J Dub, why they be acting like we don't remember their doggone names, bro? J Dub caught him quick. Oh man, J Dub caught him quick. All right, y'all give me a second. May I ask another question? Why, if you know you on some bullshit, why waste someone's time? If you know you're not healed, why waste someone's time? If you know that you bring drama or you're not mentally stable, why waste someone's time? Huh? Why waste someone's time? And I'm gonna tell y'all what I hate the most. I can't be with a lazy person, y'all. I cannot. I can't. I can't do a lazy person. You know what I'm saying? I like proactive people. I can't do lazy. I can't. Oh, I hear you, TT. I hear you. I don't let nobody push my buttons. Y'all might think I do. I have fun with these trolls. They think I be crashing out. Man, listen, I am an undercover comedian. I would take an opportunity to troll a troll and and laugh. I love laughing. I laugh because I've been through enough damn pain. I've cried lots of damn tears in my 48 years. I done found my joy now, my peace, my sanity, my tranquility, and being alone, living alone, and not having to deal with other people's personalities and other people's evil characteristical traits. You know what I'm saying? I love to laugh. I would turn any moment into a laughable moment. You know what I mean? Into a laughable moment. Yeah, if you want a partner for life, they can't be lazy because being lazy. Exactly. 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 Real talk. Exactly. Exactly. Right there. I need somebody proactive. And I can tell if you're proactive the minute I walk into your home. And you're going to know I'm proactive the minute you walk into my home. You know why? Because my home is well kept and clean. A man's house should never be cleaner than a woman's house. But boy, let me tell you, ladies, y'all better step y'all game up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, long as you have a sense of humor, you know what I mean? Long as you have, I know Tony Hinchcliffe is racist, but I like his jokes. I know what to expect from him. I know he's a political racist pundit, but he's funny. So even I still watch him because I know he's got a dark sense of humor, but I'm guaranteed to laugh though. I'm guaranteed to laugh. I can laugh at Tony Hinchcliffe before I laugh at Kevin Hart. And I know Tony's a racist. You understand what I'm saying? I rather deal with someone who is more like me, knowledgeable, intellectual, and has been humiliated to the point to where you have no other choice but to learn how to be humble and remain humble. I need someone who's already broken and had to put the pieces back together themselves, rebuild themselves. That means more to me than anything else because that means that that person was hurting by themselves, that person was depressed by themselves, crying by themselves, fell down by themselves, picked themselves up by themselves, healed themselves by themselves, found their worth by themselves. You know what I'm saying? You can't tear those type of people down. You know what I'm saying? You can't tear those type of people down because they have already taken time to do the work. They built themselves up. And part of building yourself up isn't pointing a finger at what somebody else is doing to you. It's actually pointing a finger at who you are, knowing that everybody can't tell the same lie about you. There's always something that we all have to work on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. There's always something that we all have to work on. So, who really has time to point the finger? Now, watch this. Who all has time to do the work? And that's how I think, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just more interested in doing the work. Because if I do the work internally, then it's going to show externally. And the universe will send me my gift, my favor, my woman, my soulmate. You understand what I'm saying? But until then, I'm not going to take ish from someone else. I'm not going to be around life sucking energy. Energy that drains positivity right out of you. Like the minute you get on the phone, it's just negativity and it's drama. And then you never get a word in, and they're just blah, 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 and don't even realize that, hey, we've been on the phone for hours and I ain't said nothing but hello to your ass. Can I get a word in? Did you call me to talk to me, or did you call me so that I can listen to you talk? Because there is a difference. There is a difference. If you're calling me to talk to me, then that conversation should go both ways. But if you're just calling me because you want me to listen to you, I'm not volunteering myself to have my energy. my good positive energy removed and drained from me by you and your drama? Figure it out. Figure it out. I've had to walk through that too. You've had to walk through that too. We've all had to walk through that. Why would we return to that? Do you know how hard it was to get away from that? I believe if I don't laugh at things, it would make you cry, and I don't like crying. Hey, listen, we all laugh or y'all cry, man. We all laugh or y'all cry, man. I don't think there's no shame in crying, man. Sometimes us men have to cry because we can't do something to someone, or we can't let it out the way we want to. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to cry to let it out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't crying because you soft. You crying because, man, I really want to do something to this mother, but I can't. Oh, you know what I'm saying? It get like that sometimes, man. Be like that sometimes. Be like that sometimes. But I've just learned to assess things and look at things. And I'm not in it for blaming people, shaming people, bringing people down, and all of that. No, man. Because that ain't building nobody. Okay. Lydia says she know the feeling. That's what I'm talking about. But when you belittle people, man, that's not helping somebody. That's not helping somebody. You're breaking them down. But if a person is having a bipolar moment and you look at that person and be like, man, you need to get a grip. You know what I'm saying? With your bipolar, I'm actually throwing you an alley you. I'm telling you, you know you're having a bipolar moment. You know you're having a manic episode. Get control of that now. Handle that now. Now is the time you need to be doing the work. Don't do the work when there's not a manic episode because you don't know what's going to trigger you. Once you're triggered, you need to start doing the work. You need to recognize that that is a trigger. You need to recognize that you are being malicious, belligerent. You know what I mean? You need to recognize that you're acting in a mental uncontrollable state, a mentally unstable condition, so to speak, and work on it then. We have to learn how to make our weakness our strengths. You understand what I'm saying to you? Mental illness is out of control today. Man, it's been out of control, man. It's been out of control, man. Been out of control. And people won't admit it. And the funny thing is, the people who know they suffer from mental health, who has actually done the work to tone things down and to deal with, those people are often targeted by regular people too. They'll come along and do something to you trying to trigger you. Or if something don't work out, they'll say you crazy, it's your mental health. When it was actually them. When it was actually them. Actually, do have bipolar disorder. Though I've managed it, of course I still have my moments. I think everyone is bipolar. But it's not what you go through, it's how you come out of it. You understand what I'm saying? You're either gonna recognize that you're having a bipolar moment and you're being loud and obnoxious, or you're going to run people away from you that could have potentially been great for you to have in your life. You know, so the people who deal with it, kudos, because we all have to deal with that, man. Ain't nobody alive can say they don't suffer from mental health, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ask me if you obese, you suffer from mental health. You know why? Because you didn't have the mental capacity to stop yourself from gorging and becoming unhealthy. We all suffer from some type of mental health disorder. Everyone. Everyone. Again, not trying to throw shade at anyone, just being honest, man. Just being honest, man. We get into these situationships and no one wants to keep it real. No one wants to do the work. You understand what I'm saying? And notice I said situationships. because with no one wanting to do the work, no work is going to get done, and nothing good is going to come out of that situation. So it is reasonably and undoubtedly better to be alone. Music is my vice for calming me down and feeling better. Music can lift me up or it can calm me down. Me, I just turn on comedy, man. I turn on stand up comedy, or I just turn on, I just got to laugh, man. I got to laugh, man, because I know in laughing, I'm gonna forget what I was mad about in the first place. I'm gonna forget what I was mad about, you know, just from a good laugh. So I'd rather have that laugh. I much rather have that laugh. Not saying that it's gonna work out like that for everyone, but for me, yeah, I'd rather have that laugh, man. I ain't trying to die mad and upset and angry. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to die happy and goofy. That's that's what it is with me, man. I want to die with a smile on my face. I want to be sitting up filled with rigor mortis, like, hey, he left here a happy mother sucker, boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love here. I love here happy as hell. Happy as hell. Damn right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Yeah, but people will never be accountable. This song reminds me of like Smokey Robinson, Tears of a Clown. Yeah, people will never be accountable, man. Some people will never be accountable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rest in peace to Robin Williams, definitely. Mrs. Doubtfire. Whatever happened to Phil Collins, man? Phil Collins, I think like I used to go to Phil Collins music, man, a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot. Phil Collins made good music. You know what I'm saying? His music always lifts you up, man. People who do things like this, it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that they haven't put the pieces together yet, man. They haven't found themselves. They haven't learned what it's like to have to hold themselves accountable because they're so used to blaming other people for their misfortunes, y'all. Phil got old and seemed sick. Uh, y'all know what I just found out some weeks ago, man? Y'all gonna laugh at me. Y'all gonna laugh at me. Yo, I didn't know Toby Keith. I didn't know Toby Keith died, man. I didn't know Toby Keith got sick and died. I did not know Toby Keith got sick and passed away. I had no clue. That was a shocker. All right, so I'll take some comments if y'all got any experiences or anything you want to put out here, moderators. You know what I mean? I'll put it out there. See, I didn't know that. 5 years ago, Toby Keith. I, t- I, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. 5 years ago? You serious? Damn, the news I was watching must have been racist. They never ever told me that Toby Keith passed away 5 years ago. They told me Jesse Jackson, raccoon ass, passed away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they told me that. Yeah, time does fly. Time does fly. Time does indeed fly. I know some of the Keith clan. I didn't know he was gone. I had no clue. I listen to all types of music. You know what I mean? I'm a Steven Tyler fan too. I love Aerosmith too. Yeah, yeah. I'm diverse in my music, man. I'm diverse. You know what I mean? If you make good music, you make good music. You know what I mean? I'm diverse. The only thing I can't listen to is that heavy metal stuff. That stuff make you angry. Like you jumping around, giving yourself my Dougie, Dougie, Dougie in the house. I appreciate that, Dougie. Dougie say stop by to show some support. Can't stay long. I appreciate the $10 super chat, Dougie. I appreciate that, man. If it weren't for you, sir, I wouldn't be able to buy dinner tonight, sir. Thank you, Dougie. You're the best. Thank you, Dougie. I appreciate that. How you doing, brother? You know what I'm saying? Well, sir, gotta go. It's been fun. All right, TT, stay up, man. You know what I'm saying? Stay up, TT. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. You know, but that's life, man. That's life, man. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Hey, that was a country song too. Life's a dance. Yeah. Yeah, that was my jam. Life's a dance, you learn as you go. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow. Don't worry about what you don't know. Life's a dance, you learn as you go. Yeah. Real talk right there. Real talk. Real talk. But y'all thought 'cause I was black, I ain't no country music. Come on, man. The longer I live, the more I believe that you do have to give if you want to receive. There's a time to listen, a time to talk, and you may have to crawl even after you walk. Don't play with me, man. That's that good music, man. I like music that's got a message behind it. Music that can do exactly what it needs to do when you need uplifting. You know what I'm saying? When you need uplifting. I like music that's designed to do just that, uplift you, send messages, send good vibrations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Send them good vibrations. That's what I'm talking about. Damn, that was an old song too. Who was that? Marky Mark or Snow or somebody? Good vibrations. Come on, feel the vibration. I think that wasn't that Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark? Wasn't that his song? Feel the vibration. Y'all remember when Mark Wahlberg was a rapper? Y'all remember when he was a vanilla icer? yeah, y'all. It worked out for him, boy. He made it to the big screen, man. Oh, Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark. he, good vibrations. um, you don't know who he played in. Oh, I forgot Lillian Young, y'all. Lillian just showed her age. She don't know who Mark Wahlberg is. And I can understand if she say she don't know who Marky Mark is. Do you know who Mark Wahlberg is, the actor? Ooh, I want her to say yes right here. Lillian, do you know who Mark Wahlberg, the actor, is? Oh, really? Lillian, you don't like white guys too much, do you, Lillian? Lillian, Lillian, you don't like white guys too much, do you, Lillian? There is no way. You don't know who Mark Wahlberg is, Lillian? Lillian. Hey, we about to put Lillian on the spot right now. We about to put Lillian on the spot. Lillian. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He used to be a rapper named Marky Mark. Darn, Lillian, I was beginning to think that you didn't pay attention to white guys, Lillian. Lillian almost called you a racist. Oh man. He started I know, okay. Lillian almost called you a racist, Lillian. Drunk Uncle Matt. Oh, we got a troll in the house, y'all. Yo, I'm pretty fly for a white guy. That was one of his lines. I cannot picture that guy, a rapper. That guy, he was. He was Marky Mark. Look up Marky Mark. Come on, feel the vibrations. Good vibrations. Yeah. Oh, Marky Mark. Come on, feel the vibration. Yeah, man. He was Vanilla Ice before Vanilla Ice. And who was first, Marky Mark or Vanilla Ice? Like, who opened the door? Good vibrations. Yeah, Marky Mark. Yeah. Hey, who was first? Ice was? Vanilla Ice was before Marky Mark? Yeah, yeah. Vanilla Ice used to battle MC Hammer. Yeah. Oh no. That song Good Vibrations was out around that time too. That song was out around that time, Matt. We were in middle school. We were in middle school, Matt. Lincoln Middle. Yo, I'm pretty fly for a white guy. I think all that was around the same time, man. I think that's around the same time. All right, check. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something grab the hold of me tightly. Flow like a harpoon, daily and nightly. Will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I glow. To the extreme around the mic like a vandal. Light on stage and wax short like a candle. Ice used to go in. Hey, but listen though. Who was the man? Listen, man. Who's the hardest white rapper of all times? Screw it. Who's the hardest white rapper of all time? And I know who y'all better say. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Walker say, Lillian, go on YouTube and watch the video, Marky Mark and a Funky Bunch. Hey, back then, our lingo back then, bro, just listen to another funky bunch. He like, man, you're gonna wash your nasty ass. The funky bunch. God no, man. What was hip yesterday ain't so hip today, man. What was so hip yesterday is not so hip today, man. The funky bunch. Wait a minute, man. That wasn't really the group name, was it? They weren't really called the Funky Bunch, were they? Were they really called the Funky Bunch? J Dub, was they really called the Funky Bunch, man? They could have been called the Funky Bunch, bro. Oh man. Oh man. Oh boy. What's good, Sarge? Man, that shit is so funny to me, bro. I never knew that the Funky Bunch. Damn. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know why I just found that so damn funny, boy. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Oh boy. I feel good for it. I feel tiny whiteys and shit. Oh shit. Funky. Funky. Brass monkey. That funky monkey. Brass monkey. That funky monkey. That's crazy, the Funky Bunch. Ooh, I never knew that, boy. That's I got my laugh for the night, boy. That was the Beastie Boys. Brass monkey, that funky monkey. I remember that. All right, all right. Y'all want to pick on music and stuff. Matt, you know you're showing your age, right? Who's this? Who's this? You talk too much. Homeboy, you never shut up. I said you talk too much. Homeboy, you never shut up. Who's that? Hey, I'm expecting J Dub to weigh in on this one. Matt talking about my mom. You better leave Mama Betty alone. Leave Mama Betty alone. Who was it, Matt? You leave Mama out of this. I'm a snitch when I see her. Let her be over here at your daughter's house tomorrow. I'm snitching. Ooh, y'all don't even know who's saying that, man. Come on, man. Y'all don't know who that is, man. The Fat Boys, man. Y'all remember the Fat Boys? The Fat Boys are back. Here's FBA fighting culture wars. You're wrong. We're talking about me. Boy, y'all never fail to come in and just make yourselves look like ignorant, deplorable degenerates. You just never miss an opportunity or to remove doubt. You know what I'm saying? You just never. Y'all should have just left them in here. We just could have just laughed at him and roasted them. We could have just laughed at him and roasted him. He could have became the content. He could have became the content. We in here reminiscing, talking about music. Remember that song? You talk too much. Homeboy, you never shut up. I said you talk too much. Right, trigger happy. Boom, get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't having it. Ain't having it. That's an itchy trigger finger right there. Itchy trigger finger. But they just coming here out the blue with they little trolling little way. They didn't even sit around and see what we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Is that Run DMC or the Fat Boys? You know what it was, Run DMC. That's right, the Fat Boys, like the Fat Boys are back. I remember that. It was another song the Fat Boys had too. It was a long time growing up before I realized. Good night. It was a long time growing up before I realized that the Fat Boys called themselves the Fat Boys because they were actually Fat Boys. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time to realize that the Fat Boys called themselves Fat Boys because they were actually Fat Boys. I'm a former group called Skinny Guys. You know what I'm saying? The Pescatarian Posse. What y'all think? The Pescatarian Posse. What y'all think? I'm gonna wear a patch over my eye like Slick Rick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have like that one gold tooth. Every time I smile, it's gonna be like ding. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think, man? What y'all think? Hungry dudes. Yeah. Yeah. Hungry dudes. That was Run DMC though. Man, music ain't the same no more either, man. Music is not the same anymore either, man. And YouTube, y'all don't never want to let people in my live stream, man. Why y'all do this to me? My numbers dropping, YouTube. YouTube, this not even gonna be 200 people, YouTube. And this is a Saturday. So I guess I'm giving YouTube my memo after this live. YouTube, I quit. I quit. There it is. I quit YouTube. I'm going to Facebook. Damn YouTube. I'm going to Facebook. I'm not gonna keep going through this, man. They shadow banning all of us truth tellers and conscious people, man. This crowd racist over here, man. YouTube, you racist. Nobody want to be partners with a racist. Nobody. No, 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 nobody. No, 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 nobody. Real talk, man. Y'all give me a second. I'll be right back. Y'all be right back. I mean, I'm still here, but everything ain't for the world to see. You know, I don't need no co-defendants. That's all I'm saying. Who do y'all think was better out of Ja Rule and 50 Cent? Who do y'all think was better out of Ja Rule and 50 Cent? Oh, no answer to that? No answer? Who do y'all think was better out of Ja Rule and 50 Cent? I think 50 made some good music, but I got to give it to Ja Rule. Where would I be without my baby? The thought alone might break me. And I don't want to go crazy. But every thug needs a lady. Hey, man, Murder Inc. was the crowd, man. It's 50 had some songs I like 21 Questions. And he had that In the Club. Yeah, yeah, it's a it's only a few songs. It's only a few songs 50 had that I'd actually rock with. But during the everything Ja Rule made, man, you know what I'm saying? Him and Charlie Baltimore, I can ride with that. I can ride with that. So I'm gonna get that up to Ja Rule, man. I want Ja Rule to come back, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Ja Rule was the man. I used to love Ja Rule music, man. I used to love Ja Rule music. Matter of fact, I'm gonna listen to some Ja Rule as soon as I end this live, man. You know what I'm saying? I always vibe to Ja Rule, DMX, Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I go back, yo. I be on that Wu Tang, Mob Deep. I go over to Scarface. You know what I mean? Man, well, I lived the old school life. Too Short, E40. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I pay homage. You know what I'm saying? 8 Ball, MJG, Outcast. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. UGK, Goody Mob. Hell, I was just talking about Nappy Roots earlier today. I missed the Nappy Roots. Music ain't the same, man. I think all the old school artists need to come back and show these new school artists what hip hop really is, man. That's what I believe. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I say, that's my story, and I say, I am sticking to it. I still be on that Mary J. You know what I'm saying? I don't sleep on Mary, man. I love to sleep with Mary, but I don't sleep on Mary. I still be on that Mary J, y'all. And what happened to Fantasia Fine Behind, man? What happened to Fantasia? Fantasia, know she could sing. Man. Fantasia was thick, boy. Fantasia was thick, boy. Fantasia had them DSLs, boy. No disrespect intended. She's an attractive sister. Y'all ought to see me, man. I turn all the lights out, have my neon lights on, and hit my LEDs, man. I be on that Michelle like something in my heart, something in my heart. It's got me hooked on you. Yeah, man. I be all over here in my feelings. I be making like the little facial little signs and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I be on it, man. I be on it. The most empowering song though, you know what I'm saying? The most empowering song is that Boys to Men doing just fine. Yeah. That Boys to Men doing just fine. Yeah. That's my national anthem right there. That's my national anthem. Well, y'all, I think I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all see what YouTube is doing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sense in me wasting my time on a good Saturday. You know what I mean? We got 23 likes up in here. They even got that many people up in here, and YouTube came and open the algorithm for me, man. I ain't did nothing wrong, YouTube. We talk about music and stuff, YouTube. Goodness gracious. So I think I'm gonna get on up out of here, man, because YouTube be hating on me because I'm black, man. You know what I'm saying? I think YouTube is hating on me because I'm black, man. Or maybe YouTube don't like the fact that I'm putting out all these videos about Carmelo saying that Carmelo was innocent. I believe Carmelo was innocent. I saw that footage. Oh, I done seen the footage. We gonna talk about it at a later date. It won't be today. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the time off of Carmelo. To all you fathers of the world, you know what I'm saying? If these nappy headed, resentful, wannabe men, women don't tell you Happy Father's Day, receive it from another brother. I'm telling y'all, Happy Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Happy Father's Day to all the men around the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In the words of Tupac Shakur, you are appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it is, man. We gotta lift ourselves up on Father's Day, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta lift ourselves up. So to all the men, whether your kids are in your life or not, because we know black women play games and they weaponize them churn, and we know churn grow up with attitudes and blah blah blah. You know, regardless, happy Father's Day to you. You know what I'm saying? Happy Father's Day to you. Yeah. Continue to spread your seed, cause a bigger population is what we need. Don't negotiate, procreate. I say don't negotiate, procreate. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been nice. It's been another strikeout. You know, YouTube is hating on me. You know what I'm saying? YouTube always hating on me. They won't take this little shadow ban off of me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna take myself out of my misery. Y'all know what to do with that horse if he break his leg and he can't run no more. You know what you got to do with him. Yeah. You got the Kurt Cobain of horse, man. So I'm gonna get on up out of here, y'all. I'm gonna slide to the left, slide to the right. Cha cha now, y'all. Yeah. I told y'all I'm old school. But anyways, y'all stay prayed up, stay blessed up, stay meditated up, stay protected. Well, let me tell you, get your one-on-one, get your one-on-one, get your one-on-one with your higher power. You know what I'm saying? And all right. Bye. All right. And y'all know what to do, man. Stay prayed up, stay blessed up, stay meditated up, stay protected, stay real, stay conscious, stay uncut, be inspired, be great, and be better than my YouTube numbers. Of course, be you. Shay. Good night, y'all. Happy Father's Day to all the men around the world.